Hello, good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. It's Barbara Ann. Welcome back to my channel, Straight Out of Context. Today, I am doing song number 5 of Taylor Swift's new album, The Tortured Poets Department. We all know the rumor that her track number 5 on every album is always her saddest song. So this is called So Long London. And here we're going to briefly go over this. So Long London. 3 times. I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him tighter each time he was drifting away. My spine split from carrying us up the hill. Wet through my clothes. Weary bones caught the chill. I stopped trying to make him laugh. I stopped trying to drill the safe. Thinking, how much sad do you think I had? Did you think I had in me? Oh, the tragedy. So long, London, you'll find someone. I didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I founded the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew. You left me at the house by the heath. I stopped CPR after all. It's no use. The spirit was gone. We would never come to. And I'm pissed off. You let me give you all that youth for free. So long, London. Stitches undone. 2 graves, 1 gun. I'll find someone. And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it. My white knuckle dying grip, holding tight to, correction, your quiet resentment. And my friends said it isn't right to be scared every day of a love affair. Every breath feels like rarest air when you're not sure he wants to be there. And this is just another, let's see. Oh, so how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? How much tragedy? Just how long did you think I'd go for I self-implode? For I'd have to go be free. You swore that you loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar, waiting for proof. You sacrificed us to the god of your bluest days. And I'm just getting the color back to my face. I'm just mad as hell because I loved this place for so long. London. Had a good run, a moment of warm sun, but I'm not the one. So long, London. Stitches undone, 2 graves, 1 gun. You'll find someone. So, you guys get the gist here. I'm actually not going to say anything negative or bad as far as my opinion goes. However you perceive that to be, I'm just being honest. If that's a negative thing or not, that's fine. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift. I've never have been. I've never bought her albums, but I am going to honestly review it. This is 4 songs out of 5 now where she has referenced killing somebody, killing herself, somebody killing themselves, killing someone's wife, or a gun. And to me, that is a very deep, dark, broken, sad, depressed, tragic place to be at for somebody to have to pull that out of their reserve. And for that to be at the forefront of her mind so much that the first 5 tracks, 4 of them are inclusive of something of that topic. I don't want to say that she has suicide or homicidal ideology, but obviously there's something very deep and dark and broken in her for her to be writing like this. And it's not just look at this as poetry, This song, I actually liked it a lot more than the other ones I've gone through so far. Everybody can relate to this. How when you're in a relationship, you give 110%, trying to make that relationship work, and you find yourself giving 120 and 130 and 140 to try to make up for what that other person is lacking in that relationship. Because a relationship is not 50-50. Relationships are each person given 100. And when you come together, you have a full, complete relationship. When each person is giving their all, not just a half of themselves or you know what I mean? So it's like you find yourself really coming to this place where you're drained, where mentally, emotionally, physically, you can't do it anymore. Because you're not just physically carrying the relationship, you're emotionally, mentally, sometimes even financially carrying that relationship. And it's exhausting. And it is, I think anybody can relate to that. Anybody that has been in a marriage and divorced, anybody that has been in a one-sided relationship or marriage like this. So I definitely think that these lyrics here are relatable on a level that the other songs maybe not so much. And of course, everybody knows that this was written about, her ex, Joe Aldwin, and because that's, they were together for a couple years, probably her longest relationship that she ever had. Doesn't sound like the most successful one. None of them have been. But this here, if it is about him, because he's from London, they lived in London together, that would be a metaphor for that boyfriend that she had. So I don't think she had a whole bunch of other boyfriends in London. I know she had a whole bunch all over the place, but not this particular one. So I do actually I like this song. I can relate to this song. I feel like this is something I have been through myself, something I've experienced in a relationship. I feel there's a good choice of words. There's a good layout of words. There's not so much a I, me, even though it is, she uses more emotional and descriptors than so much really just focaling it just on her, what she's done, for the relationship. And this here, all her songs are very much from her me, I perspective. Of course, songs are usually written like that, but there's a lot of really phenomenal, amazing, great, beautiful, just gut-punching songs out there that don't overdo it with the I. They're me, us, we, they, that, inclusive, and not just from a single, constantly first-person perspective. And that gets really old because it feels narcissistic. It feels narcissistic. Like how many, it's like these experiences that you're going through in your life. All these guys that you're going through. Are you going through them just so you have material to write? So you have gone through that kind of relationship or emotion, or at least have the perception that you have? So you can write all these songs? I don't know. I very much question that. But I like this one. I really do like this one. I think I can kind of relate to it. I think anybody can relate to it that's been in a relationship like this, where you feel like you're doing everything and giving your all and above and beyond, that you actually find yourself trying to also give the other person's all and beyond to make the relationship whole, not just for yourself, but the other person. And of course, it's very sad when somebody gives a couple years of their life and is hoping that that person will finally become a man and say, you know what, I love you, I want to be with you, I see my future with you, and ask you to marry them so you can start a family and, get all that done and over with. And it's really sad when somebody does give their youth to somebody for free. But of course, if this is about Joe Aldwin in the couple years she was with him, because it was her longest relationship by far, she really wasn't all that young. She was almost 30 when she was with him, and of course she's into her gonna be 40 in a couple of years. So it's not like she gave him her youth. Her youth would have been between the ages of 17 and 25. So that's definitely not, she didn't give him her youth. She wasn't very young when she got with him. I mean, she was in a sense, but she wasn't young, like in the prime, a physical prime that women are at. And she was also already starting to enter and peak into her sexual prime too. So, but I think a lot of people can relate to that as well, where somebody's with a man for 25, 35, 40 years, gives them children, all this, and then he leaves her, divorces her, and goes off with another woman. It's really not fair, because that emotional distress in that time, in that past, and all those years that you have given to a man or a woman even, you can't get those back. You cannot get those back and turn back the hands of time and go find another partner that is not going to do that to you. So that resentment, that's a deep-seated, very depressed and broken place to be too, where you feel or even perceive things that way. But that is something that is relatable. It is relatable. And I don't want to hear it from Taylor Swift's perspective, because she's always going to tell us her perspective in her songs. That's what she does. But this song made me forget that Taylor Swift even wrote it, and was really making me focus on the words, where I really felt and thought of my own relationship that was like this, my first marriage. So Yeah, I don't have much bad to say about this one, but that's it. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a great weekend, everybody. Come back because I'm going to be doing song number 6 through 31 very soon. I love you all. Have a great day.